Well, Darren, one of those days when the ball just wouldn't go in, what more could you have done today?
Well, I think it did go in. Maybe it didn't. I don't know. But from where it looked like it was in the goal. The net didn't nestle. I think you've got to give full credit to Barnet and say you've got to create the chances you create. You've got to try and score your chances, and they did that. We didn't, and we had. I would hate to know the number of entries we had into the box. I would hate to know then what that converted into in terms of credible chances, but we didn't take them. And even though we've got, we've had an abundance of riches in the centre forward department, none of them really had that edge today in order to capitalise. And I thought that was probably my only criticism of the first half, was that I thought we were maybe a little bit flaky in the final third. First half, thought we could have shot earlier, thought we could have worked a goalie earlier. Courtney had a big moment where his touch wasn't quite right, but I'm just hearing Darren do his interview. We've hit the bar, we've hit the post, we've had a goal, well, we've had a ball that looked like in a goal, we've had a penalty. Should have been a penalty in my opinion, but they're always in your opinion, aren't they?
The ones that were cleared off the line, could your players have done more, or do you just say that they're great defensive appearances?
Absolutely, you've got to force it home. Listen, we've created enough. What you want to do is, as a coach or a manager, is you want to create the opportunity to win games. Players have to kick it in the net. Normally they're the forwards. If they're not very good at kicking it in the net, they normally play fullback or midfield or somewhere else. But we didn't quite have that turn today in terms of just forcing it over the line, because those chances should never be moments where we give a defender a chance to clear it.
With their opening goal, did McCallum show how it could be done? I mean, he probably had one chance all game and he was clinical.
Yeah, there you go. But that's where the money is in any football team, isn't it? So that's why you do that, and that's why you invest in that level of quality. But yeah, it almost looked like half a chance as well, and obviously it took a huge deflection. But if you don't take your moments, you give people hope, and if you give people hope, they'll always believe that they've got that one in them. And yeah, unfortunately, with our missed chances, we just gave them too much hope today.
Chance for you to reflect now on how far you've brought this team. I know it's been an extended season, but it's the end of the season now.
Yeah.
And obviously you've made huge progress.
Yeah, that hurts, doesn't it? The end of the season now. Listen, we have made huge progress. There's no doubt. I mean, Terry just said it in there. I probably can't see the wood through the trees at the minute, but Terry just said it in there to the players. A year ago we had 4 senior players and 4 first-year pros in the dressing room. We'd had a few years of losing, and we've given, hopefully, the club back to the supporters where they want to come and watch us. I'd like to think this, when the next season starts, whenever that is, we'll be a little bit better prepared with the players that are still here on contract and the ones that obviously, hopefully, will stay. And hopefully we can get off to a stronger start. But if there's going to be a short turnaround, so people can't have a hangover on this. We've got to get going again. We're going to Stockport now. We're going back to Bromley. We're going back to Halifax, for example. Maybe I'll call Pete later. We can drown our sorrows together. But we've got to get our head around that. We've got to really get our head around that and go and attack it. Go and attack it again this year. I know expectations going to be high next year. So we're going to have to get our head around it pretty damn quick, because the season will be among us 6 more weeks, 7, 8 weeks maybe. So yeah, but today hurts. It very much hurts.
You mentioned it there. A lot of your preparations in terms of player retention has been done. The majority who played today are already tied up. There's very little business in terms of to tie other players up.
I wouldn't know right now where everyone is, but
the core?
Yeah, definitely. There's not 4 in there. There'll be 12, 13, something like that that are already on contract, and hopefully there'll be 2 or 3, 4 or 5, whatever. What we've got to discuss now between Scott and I and the other directors and owners is our budget for next year and what we're going to be able to do and not able to do. So we've done very well this year in mid-table budget. We've fallen short today, and that hurts, especially with the performance that we put in, which I thought was a good, decent performance. And the lads tried to give everything they got, but we'll have to add to that, won't we? If that's not going to be good enough now, we're going to have to add to that. A good pre-season will help that, but it's hard to look a little bit further forward than a couple of days in it at the moment. So we'll we'll come back round into that sort of way of thinking pretty shortly.
Just one final one, a thought for the fans, perhaps a message for the fans who you hope in October will be able to come back and watch games here.
Well, first of all, my greatest achievement so far at this club is that connection between the players and the supporters, and I know some of them are going to be very angry and upset today, but that's understandable. Your anger and upset has been felt by 23 grown men in that dressing room, that's for sure. But we've given, the fans are hopefully, and the supporters will feel like the club's gone back to them. I think that's wonderful, and I think that's something we hold on to and we try and maximise. But I think when they stood up and they did that, and they stood big for the crowdfunder to keep the club operational, that was a massive thing. I was so desperate to look through today, even the cardboard cutouts, and it would be nice to see them smile rather than frown. But it's not to be, and we've got to move on pretty quickly, unfortunately. I think we've probably done better than maybe we all thought we would have. And we've got to carry on trying to win games one at a time and chip away over the next 10 months and try and push us back.